Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the Movies Matrix channel. Guys, we are building an empire right now. You are seeing my lovely face along with Lowe's from the Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. What is going on, guys? But we got a new segment for you guys on the YouTube channel called Movie Reactions. Wow, super original. I know. Please hold your horses, hold your Pepsi cans. Super original content here. But you know what? We've got a highly, and when I say highly, I mean capitalized HIGHLY, highly anticipated trailer, let alone movie that just released today, boys. And do we know what that is? I think we all know what that is.
I
That
don't.
is
What
the
is it?
Dune. Yo, no. You know what? Not gonna interrupt my night. You know what it is? It's the Dune trailer. I don't even want to go down the cast list because there's so many damn good actors and actresses in this film. But this is directed by Denis Villeneuve. One big project you guys probably know him from is Blade Runner 2049 from a few years ago. Fantastic, gorgeous film. Please go watch it if you have. But yeah, guys, let's get into what we expect from the trailer. I'm going to go to you first, Lo.
I just want that Villeneuve drip. The cast, like you said, is stellar, top to bottom. One of my favorite films of his is Prisoners, and I really appreciate how he handles characters' emotions and to bring that kind of gritty, intense feelings to a sci-fi epic. Sign me up. I was juiced the second they announced this, and I haven't seen the trailer at all. I've been avoiding spoilers all day. I muted the word. I'm ready to go.
Damn, dude, that's pretty high regards. But what about you, Deebs? What are your expectations going into this trailer?
Same thing, man. I just got home like 30 minutes ago from work. I think this came out at noon, so like pat myself on the back a little bit. I have not watched this trailer yet. I am so freaking psyched. I don't know about you guys, but Blade Runner 2049, I thought it was beautiful, but it was a little slow. It was a little boring. Arrival was flat out amazing. I loved it. I think like similar to like Star Wars, like Dune has that potential to be like the next divisive film. This franchise, it brought like original inspiration for Star Wars with George Lucas, but this has that potential to be that like love it, hate it, the most talked about movie of the year. So I just cannot wait. But really, to my veins, inject it into my veins. That Hans Zimmer score, man. I cannot wait to finally get my first taste of Hans Zimmer's score.
That sounds fantastic. But before we go to me, what about you, AJ? What are your expectations for this?
Yeah. For me, I just love the cast that's with this film, so I expect them to do perfectly. I don't accept anything below perfect. Director Dennis, I feel like he's gonna kill this shit. If you know all of his movies are incredibly detailed. Some might think that Blade Runner is super slow, which is a fair criticism. But for me, I loved it because of all the information it gave us. Especially since I'm the one that loves anime, and they give you nothing but information on information on information, a lot of world building, and that's what I expect from this. Um, we just talked about Star Wars, how it's influenced, and I hope the world building is on par with that. I hope we get a lot of good philosophy stuff within this movie. Hopefully, we'll get a little tease of what it's going to be about in the trailer. So I'm ready to go.
Can I just interrupt one thing quick? We got the Batman trailer, and I cannot wait to hear AJ's take on which trailer was better between the Batman and Dune, because I know my man AJ right there, he loves the Batman trailer. Is it good? Is it not great to have trailers back? Like this is probably
It feels so good. It's been so long.
I've got my Cheetos and my juice. I've got a big fucking sausage. I'm ready to go, baby.
And guys, I think I really got to agree with you. I watched a little bit of the trailer, a few tidbits here and there, but the expectation for this film is ginormous. I don't think there's everyone just has high expectations, but I don't think anyone really doubts Denis Villeneuve right here. He's got a banger after a banger after a banger. And even though, like with Blade Runner 2049, they might be slower paced films, but even when you're not paying attention or listening to the dialogue or nothing's happening, dude, everything on the screen is just so gorgeous. So it's a win-win situation. But yeah, Deebs, why don't we pull up the trailer, man?
Let's do it, baby.
There's something happening to me. There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it. What did you see? There's a crusade coming. Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them? Yes. The test is simple. Remove your hand from the box, and you die. What's in the box? Pain. You inherit too much power. You have proven you can rule yourself. Now you must learn to rule others. Something none of your ancestors learned. My father rules an entire planet. He's losing it. He's getting a richer one. He'll lose that one too. Arrakis is a death trap. Kill him. This is an extermination. They're picking my family off one by one. Let's fight like demons. An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you do? I know you. One day, a legend will be born. All of civilization depends on it. The future. I can see it. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. My Lord Duke. Where the fear is gone, only I will remain. Go, go, go!
Guys, that was one hell of a trailer, if I must say so myself. The visuals are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm gonna say now, based off the trailer, dude, this is definitely up for an Oscar if it doesn't get pushed back at all. I firmly believe that, but let's get into some of your reactions. I'm gonna go straight to Deebs because he looks like he's about to have a stroke. So
What did I just watch? Oh my god! All right. I mean, you got to go straight to Drax, Thanos, and Aquaman going at it. Come on! That action looks absolutely outstanding. I compared it to Star Wars a little bit right before we started, but man, we have one of the best directors in Hollywood paired with some of the best source material out there. Man, this movie is deep. This movie is heavy. We've seen it fail. This concept fail over and over and over again. And we saw it pay off for Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Feel free to call me crazy, man. You touched on it, AJ. We're talking about world building.
Mm-hmm.
This has the potential as a franchise to be the next Lord of the Rings Star Wars. And that absolutely was a mind-blowing trailer. We didn't get anything from Hans Zimmer, but was that Pink Floyd? I think that was Pink Floyd, right? That was a cover.
I'm not sure.
That was outstanding. I loved it.
Honestly, Deebs, couldn't agree with you more, my man. And before we go to AJ, I just want to say to the people, they haven't really made this announcement too wide yet, or I've seen it here or there, but I'm sure AJ will correct me here, but I'm pretty sure this film is going to be split into two parts, and they just haven't put it in the title. This is part one, obviously, and then part two is just going to come sometime later because Denis Villeneuve believes that the source material is too much to pack into one film, which is fantastic that a director knows when there's too much information to go into one film based off of a book.
Yeah.
And people might call it a cash grab, call it whatever the fuck you want. But dude, we get more of this, which I'm happy about. But AJ, what did you think of this meticulously crafted trailer?
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. We did get news before saying that he would have to like rush the process to fit that what is it, December release date. A lot of people were worried about that, and I was a little worried about that. Besides the story area, because that was already finished, but the visuals itself, I thought looked really, really, really good from this trailer at least. So hopefully, he'll have enough time to finish more of his work visually, just aesthetically, as much as possible. So that's that. But seeing Timothy Charlemagne, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Deb's already touched on it. Seeing Aquaman and just seeing them go at it was so good. The action was really good. I really loved the action. You already talked about the world building compared to Lord of the Rings. And from this trailer, I'm seeing a lot of the similarities in that, and I can't wait because I'm a huge world building person myself. I love where we have something that's deep and can continue forever and ever, much like Star Wars, much like Lord of the Rings, since we're getting a TV series on Amazon Prime for Lord of the Rings, thank God. So just getting all of this stuff that's heavy on world building, I'm so happy for, and I would love more things like this. So I'm excited.
Honestly, couldn't agree with you more, AJ. I have a good feeling that this film might be the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings of this time, which is absolutely fantastic, especially with the visual effects that we have nowadays. Six?
There are 6 novels.
Oh, six
So
novels?
I heard that it wasn't going to be 2 parts. I thought it was going to be more than 3. That's what
I only heard 2, but like I said, they're not very open about it. So it's very like misinformation out there. Like people have heard 3, 4. I've only heard 2, but I've heard like people in Movies Matrix chat talk about 3 and 4, and I've seen it somewhere. So I'm sure once this movie gets released, or once we get closer to like the final release date when it actually does come out officially, they'll probably tell us a little bit more. But honestly, this cast is too big to not keep growing the world and story. And there's so many great actors that they can get in this world to help build the world. And if I didn't prove it before, I've never read the books, and I know the film, the old original film, is on HBO Max, but I've heard so many negative things about it that I've kind of kept my distance from it. And Lo, I know you watched it recently. Isn't it around like 2 hours and 40 minutes?
My cut on HBO Max that I was watching was 2 hours and 17 minutes, which is not that bad, but depending on how much you like it in the first 10 minutes, it takes forever. It feels like longer.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like this film is going to be an easy 3 hours.
Easy.
It's going to clock in at 3, maybe. It might clock 3 or just pass Endgame's runtime of like 3 hours and 2 minutes. But whoa, what did you think of this trailer, man?
Well, just piggybacking off the length, runtime never bothers me as long as the storytelling's amazing, as long as the film is good. You know, whether it's Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, or even Lord of the Rings, I can sit for 3 hours. I'm not mad about it. But as far as the trailer goes, it was a little laggy on my end. I got to rewatch it. But I was just watching the original film. I had the glossary in hand like I was back in the 80s. So I'm up to date with the terms, and I'm very familiar with Paul Atreides, who Timothée Chalamet plays. and it looks like he's stepping up to the plate. It looks like he's nailing it. That box scene, I just finished watching that.
What's in the box?
It's an intense moment. Even the David Lynch version, it's very well done, and I like the way Denis Villeneuve is filming it so far. The sandworm, man, gave me goosebumps, and seeing the spice. I mean, like, Rebels, Star Wars Rebels references spice a lot, and I feel like that's part of the influence from Dune into Star Wars. So I'm excited to see the mining guilds, and we haven't even dipped our toes into what the guild is in Dune. They're the navigators who fold space and time. The possibilities for this franchise is tantalizing. So I loved everything I saw. I can't wait, man. Just like you guys, I'm shaking with excitement. So
We haven't even talked about the cinematography. Greg Fraser, who is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
He is a god in cinematography. Next to Roger Deakins, I think. What? You got Rogue One, you got Vice, Lion, which is probably one of his best looking movie, I feel like. Zero Dark 30. You have the Batman, which is coming up. He is killing it right now. So just I'm so happy for him.
So AJ, before we go into like our final grading thoughts on the trailer, which trailer did you like more, the Batman or Dune?
The Batman.
Yes.
I mean, I could easily answer that. He didn't cry at this trailer, so yeah.
To be fair, the difference between that is because I didn't think I was going to get a Batman trailer for at least another year. So just seeing the Batman trailer surprised the hell out of me, and it actually just gave me more of an emotion because of that. With the Dune trailer, we all expect it to happen today, 9 or 11 a.m. So it wasn't really that surprising that it came out. So that's partially the reason why I didn't cry or anything. So
Don't worry, I got you. I got you. But guys, as we end this film reaction video, the first one on the Movies Matrix channel, I figured for the first episode at least, see how this goes in the future. What would we grade this trailer, AJ?
I'll grade it a 10 out of 10, actually. I have no idea about the Dune mythology at all because I haven't read any of the books. I haven't watched any of the movies. So seeing this movie, I'm not even going to read any of the books or watch the old movies. I'm just going to go in this fresh as possible. So to see what they come up with as a full movie, and if they touch on everything that we all talked about, I'll be happy. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to backpack off AJ because he made a very, very valid point on my end. I've not read the books. I have not seen any of the TV film content. I'm completely, I don't mean to say it, I'm a Dune virgin, unfortunately. But AJ too, exactly. But honestly, I want to do exactly what AJ is doing. I don't want to know anything. I still don't know very much.
I don't either.
I kind of get Dave Bautista might be the villain just based off how he looks in the trailer. I don't know any of the characters. Don't spoil it. Anyone that's read the book here, jerks. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, AJ. I think this is a solid 10 out of 10. Great cinematography, great visual effects for a trailer, and all around, I think it gives us just enough and leave us curious and wondering more for the release. Because honestly, I might get a little upset if they make a second trailer, but I'm not gonna get into that. But Lo, what did you think of this trailer? Grade it, man.
Like I said, I got to rewatch it. It was a little bit laggy on my end, but from what I saw, I got to give it a 10. And not to compare the two, I don't think it's a fair comparison, but I would say the Batman trailer did more with less. But that takes nothing away from what we just saw, because the Dune trailer was fantastic. And I also, from watching the old movie and learning about the mythology, it really didn't show us much. And I relish that in movie trailers because 90% of trailers nowadays show the whole damn movie. So I really appreciate the ones that can edit in a way that you're excited, but you're not seeing everything, and it's not all laid out on the table. So thank you to the filmmakers and the editors of the Dune trailer. I really appreciated that. That was a 10 for me. Piques your curiosity. It shows you how beautiful it is. It gives you just enough to want more. So
Someone actually on Twitter explained it as a space opera type movie, and
Yeah, I
I
saw
have
that.
to agree with that, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm excited because I am a Star Wars nut. I love everything Star Wars. I love everything Lord of the Rings.
Couldn't tell.
Actually, everything with world building. I am in love with. I wish we get another Blade Runner 2049, but that's never going to happen. But I
Oh,
digress.
we got a fucking hell one. I'll tell you that much, dude. One of the most gorgeous films I've ever seen. But Deebs, before we round everything up, please hit us with the same grade that you're going to give this trailer.
I mean, what is the function of a trailer? Is to build excitement,
Mhm.
to raise the level of excitement for this movie, and that was absolutely what I got from that trailer. Is straight 10 out of 10. I hate giving perfect grades, but that is a straight 10 out of 10. Quick nod to my love for Japanese RPGs. This feels like another Japanese RPG movie coming out. We saw that kind of represented in the on the small screen with His Dark Materials. HBO shows His Dark Materials. I don't know if you checked that show out, but that's what it is. You're going to see Timmy's character Paul. See all these fantastic characters from Drax to Aquaman to all the who am I missing? Thanos to Oscar Isaac. And he's going to you're going to watch this character kind of discover his abilities, his untapped abilities, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
And honestly, I completely agree, Deebs. If the concept and the movie itself trailer doesn't draw people in, the cast will most definitely draw people in because, like you said, Thanos, Poe Dameron, just down the list of all these iconic actors playing all these iconic character names. But guys, I want to thank you all for coming on for our first ever trailer reaction, which is pretty dope on Dune. Hopefully 2020 with the way the reports are going right now. But guys, I want to round us up and give us a round of applause real quick. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And this is like the first show we've ever really had to do without real plugs because one, this is on the Movies Matrix channel. And obviously we're all part of Movies Matrix. You can always follow me on Twitter at Bat Nipples. You can follow AJ at AJ Geeks Vibes, Deebs at Mr. Crockpot, and Loretto at Marcellus Durden. See, he's even cooking for us right now, man. Thank you so much.
everybody watching, be sure to tune in this Sunday for our weekly show on the Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. Every Sunday live.
Right. We've also got a really cool announcement that I shared with Lo today, and Deebs knows. So you guys might want to check out the podcast on Sunday. We're not going to announce what it is till a little bit later. So give our podcast channel or podcast channel's Twitter a follow so you can always stay up to date with what we're doing and our topics usually. But with that said, thank you guys so much for coming on, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.